Elvira lives in the lovely medieval stone village of Lollove in Sardinia. In 1950 there were 400 people living here, and now there are 10, and Elvira is one of them. We walk through the village to say hello to Elvira's 90-year-old friend Borreda, who raises pigs, sheep, and then makes her own cheeses with the sheep's milk. And then it was time to show us how to make ladeddos, the local version of Sardinian gnocchetti.
Io sono Elvira, abito a Lollove e adesso prepariamo un po' di ladeddos.
Elvira has already boiled several floury old potatoes, whole, and then peeled them. She's using finely ground durum wheat flour called semolata, but you can also use plain flour. She sprinkles this directly onto her counter. She then rices her potatoes. She's using about 700 grams of them. This means that Elvira's mix contains more flour than is usual for potato gnocchi. She gives the dough a good knead, and this is another difference with making potato gnocchi, where minimal light kneading is required. She cuts off a chunk, rolls it into a rope and pats it flat. She then slices plump lozenges.
Io le ce li ho sempre. Magari sono come quelli di oggi che le passo nella grattugia.
Using her thumb, Elvira presses and rolls each one down the inside of a cheese grater to create a bobbled, curved shape. You could also use a fork. Ladeddos is the local name for malareddos, and the ingredients for the dough vary around the island. In some areas, cooks don't include potato, others add saffron. The variety is part of their charm. Elvira needs a caffeine pick-me-up. Next, she makes a lamb ragù to dress the ladeddos. She softens some onion in olive oil and adds a mixture of basil, parsley and a bay leaf. She dices some lamb, removing any sinew. She adds the meat to the pan and browns it a little before pouring in some passata. She seasons it with salt and leaves it to simmer for 30 minutes.
Deve cuocere per mezz'ora almeno il sugo, fatto con la carne di pecora, gli aromi, ognuno ci mette quello che vuole metterci.
Elvira gently scrapes the ladeddos into simmering salted water. Once they've bobbed to the surface and cooked for about 30 seconds more, they're ready. Elvira tests one just to make sure. She scoops some onto a plate and dresses them with the meaty tomato sauce. Then she sprinkles over a generous dusting of pecorino cheese, and that's it. A speedy and delicious lunch, which is our second of the day.
Il piatto è pronto. Ladeddos. Buono.
Buono, sì, complimenti.
Adesso ne facciamo un altro po' e poi...
Sì, sì, il secondo pranzo, questo.
Appunto, facciamo merenda anche con...
Buonissimo. Click on subscribe for regular helpings of pasta grannies and come back next week when Agnese makes casoncelli alla bergamasca.